You're watching Inside Durango News, your source for information about Southwest Colorado. Brought to you by Oxford Asset Management, inspiring confidence, growing dreams. Oxford Asset Management.
One community health center opens and another closes. The City of Durango will annex nearly 2,000 acres of land in the next few months and will head to Silverton for skijoring. You're watching Inside Durango News. I'm Ashley Dixon. Retail marijuana sales are one small step closer to becoming reality in La Plata County after the Board of County Commissioners passed several resolutions earlier this month to allow existing marijuana growers to convert their growing operations to retail. Last summer, the commissioners placed a moratorium on retail marijuana sales in La Plata County until December 31st of this year, or until they adopt retail regulations. While retail pot shops have opened in neighboring communities like Telluride and Ridgeway, La Plata County officials are erring on the side of caution by making sure the county has regulations in place before approving retail licenses. The new resolutions allow existing medical marijuana dispensary owners to submit their application with the state to convert medicinal pot stock to retail, an advantage that new retailers won't have if they're looking to break into the La Plata County market. According to the county website, which does include a specific page regarding marijuana licensing, new applicants who did not have a medical marijuana business in the county prior to December 2013 will have to wait until after July 1st, 2014 to apply for a license. In addition, new retail pot stores cannot open until after October 1st. The move puts local medical dispensaries at a significant advantage over would-be competition looking to enter the market. When a medical dispensary converts to a retail operation, they may increase the amount of marijuana they can harvest. Many of the recreational shops that opened throughout Colorado on January 1st were met with a frenzy of demand, forcing some retailers to outsource product from other operations. La Plata County dispensary owners who convert their grow operations to retail and choose to expand will have the luxury of being ready for the anticipated demand once the market opens up. But the application process is nothing to scoff at. It can be tedious, time-consuming, and comes with thousands of dollars in licensing fees. Once the application moves through the state process, it then gets sent back to the county where it will be reviewed by a local 3-member licensing authority. Although it is still unclear as to when retail marijuana shops will be able to open their doors, the county hopes to have all of the necessary regulations in place by this summer. Get your costumes ready. It's time for the 16th annual Dave Spencer Ski Classic, February 28th through March 2nd. The Ski Classic at Durango Mountain Resort benefits the Adaptive Sports Association and hundreds of athletes with disabilities who rediscover their freedom and independence through winter and summer activities.
The Dave Spencer Ski Classic goes to support the programs that we run in the winter and the summer. In the winter, we're a ski and snowboard school at Durango Mountain Resort. In the summer, we do all sorts of activities all over the Southwest. Every year, we teach about 1,000 ski lessons up here at the mountain to about 300 individuals. And in the summer, we're out with about 350 program days with about another 150 individuals.
The Ski Classic is named for Dave Spencer, who started the Durango Purgatory Handicap Sports Association 30 years ago this winter. Spencer had lost a leg to cancer while in college in Wisconsin. He came to Purgatory to teach skiing after learning how to ski as part of his rehabilitation. He started the ski program for people with disabilities soon after arriving. In 1986, Spencer lost his battle with cancer, but his dream of helping people to live a full life lives on through the Adaptive Sports Association.
Yeah, it means a lot to us because we're actually getting independent. Adaptive has provided us with the opportunity to get out and be independent as a family, which we didn't have before. So for the first time this year, Mike's actually getting out, and our daughter Emily used to get out, and now we're actually getting out as a family. It's really neat.
The Ski Classic weekend begins at 5 p.m. on Friday with a welcome party and registration at the Lost Dog in Durango. On Saturday, teams of 5 skiers and boarders will race at the Paradise Event Center. Racers wear costumes, making the race as much fun to watch as it is to ski. The events continue Sunday with a Mountain Rally Poker Run at DMR. The weekend wraps up with an awards party at the Doubletree. Cost is $150 per person or a minimum of $750 a team. Discounted ski tickets are extra. For more information, visit the Ski Classic website at asadurango.com. The City of Durango will annex nearly 2,000 acres of land during the next few months, but don't worry about massive subdivisions exploding on the town boundaries. Rather, the city plans to annex open space it already owns. February 18th and March 18th are the dates designated for public hearings on the annexation of 18 parcels of land totaling 1,824 acres. They include properties in Horse Gulch, Dalabetta Park, Twin Buttes, and the Oxbow Park and Preserve on the Animas River, among others. Although the city-owned parcels lie within or just on the borders of city limits, they're technically under La Plata County's jurisdiction. That means the La Plata County Sheriff's Department is responsible for responding to public safety calls. That became an issue during public hearings on the proposed Oxbow Park and Preserve. Neighbors expressed concerns about the county's ability to respond to complaints about rowdy tubers. As a result of those concerns, the city listed annexation as the goal in the Oxbow Park and Preserve Management Plan so the Durango police could patrol the new park. The same jurisdictional issues exist with other parcels of city-owned open space, so the city decided to make those annexations a priority for 2014, according to Kevin Hall, the Assistant Director of Community Development for the City of Durango. All but one parcel out of the 18 were purchased as open space after 1996. The water treatment plant site in the Hillcrest area was purchased in 1955. To see a map of the proposed annexations, visit the City of Durango's website and check out the agenda items for the February 18 and March 18 public hearings. One community center opens, another closes. The net result? More and better access to health care. Access Health Systems opened the doors to its long-awaited La Plata Integrated Healthcare Center on January 6 in the Riverside office building just north of the Durango Public Library. It celebrated with an open house on February 13th. The $1.2 million facility includes 6 exam rooms, a procedures room to conduct minor surgeries like sewing up stitches, group meetings, and therapy rooms, a group offices where physicians, nurses, and assistants work together to coordinate patient care. The facility also has room to grow. Nearly half of the center is unfinished space. The new clinic is a federally qualified health center, which means it receives higher reimbursements for Medicare and Medicaid patients than a normal clinic would receive. Higher reimbursements make it easier for the clinic to cover its cost. The designation also came with a $650,000 federal grant to open and operate the facility. The Colorado Health Foundation, a number of private foundations, and Access Health Systems itself provided the remaining funds to build the clinic. In addition to Medicaid and Medicare patients, the Integrated Health Center serves patients with private insurance as well as uninsured or underinsured patients. More importantly, it fills a big gap in the availability of primary health care in the community. The clinic's opening fulfills a goal first identified in a 2007 study vetted by the Primary Health Care Community Coalition, a group of Durango business owners and healthcare providers concerned about the availability of primary health care. Voters had just turned down a proposal to establish a tax-supported health district, and Valleywide Health Systems, a primary care clinic, had just left town, leaving hundreds of patients without a primary physician. Primary healthcare physicians are responsible for overseeing their patients' overall care and are usually the first to spot healthcare problems that need the treatment of a specialist. In the 2007 study, consultants from the JSI Research and Training Institute recommended that the community pursue a federally qualified health center designation for a community clinic, a recommendation that was repeated in a 2010 report called the Community Healthcare Capacity Project. Access Health Systems Chief Executive Officer Byrne Heath said it took the organization 3 years to obtain the federally qualified designation after the 2010 study was released. So in the meantime, another volunteer coalition called the Citizens Health Advisory Council obtained grant funding and established the La Plata Community Clinic in 2013. The clinic provided health and dental services for a sliding scale fee, and health practitioners donated their services, and the clinic served more than 400 patients last year. Opening the donated care clinic also was a recommendation of the Community Health Care Capacity Project. But earlier this month, the Board of Directors voted to close the clinic's door by March 28th. In a statement sent by email to supporters and published on its website, the Donated Care Clinic board said it did not want to duplicate Access Health Systems' effort. The announcement called the closing bittersweet. However, the board said it supports and applauds the opening of a federally qualified health center. The new Integrated Healthcare Center is open to all patients and provides a continuum of care, from wellness and prevention to physical and mental health treatment to long-term goal setting to enhance quality of life. The clinic is expected to serve 2,400 patients in 2014 and 3,700 patients annually by 2015. To make an appointment with the docs of the new center, visit the Access Health Systems website at accesshealthsystem.org. It's part ski race, part horse race, and a whole lot of fun. It's skijoring. Up next.
It's full steam ahead on the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad. Enjoy a historic trip through southwest Colorado's rich scenery with winter excursions through Cascade Canyon, a picturesque and snow-capped ride. Get a taste of wintertime in the San Juan Mountains just as people did over 100 years ago. A winter ride on the train takes you deep into a rugged and beautiful landscape, an experience you won't soon forget. Visit the depot or durangotrain.com.
Welcome back to Inside Durango News. I'm Ashley Dixon. One spectator called it the 4th of July in winter, and with thousands, yes, thousands of people lining the streets of Silverton, the 5th annual skijoring competition on President's Day weekend was as festive as the town's infamous Independence Day celebration. Then stay tuned to learn more about the 9th annual Durango Independent Film Festival coming up this weekend.
Hi, I'm Deborah Urota with Inside Durango News, and we're here on Blair Street in Silverton, Colorado for the 5th annual skijoring. We have 5,000 spectators and 20 entrants for a pro and an amateur entries and a $5,000 purse, and it should be a very exciting day today. Would you please tell us what the rules are all about?
Okay, well, the rules are pretty simple. Basically, we have a start and a finish, and we have some gates and some jumps, and you see these rings here. The skier has to get all the rings, and we even have one ring for the rider, a large ring stand there in a jump and then a finish. And basically, they're all timed.
And what are you riding today?
I'm riding a foxtrotter named Trigger, a palomino named Trigger.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And what do you think your chances are?
Well, you know, I've never done this. I've wanted to do this for 25 years, and this is the first time I've ever done it, so I don't know. It's anybody's guess how we'll do.
What's the strategy in being a successful skier and a winning skier in this event?
Well, Deborah, the start is critical. You will not be able to realize the instantaneous acceleration you get skiing behind a horse. People have tried it practicing behind a snowmobile. It just is not the same. The horse is immediately at full speed, and you'll watch these people in the start, and if the skiers aren't prepared, a lot of times they can lose the rope. A lot of times they get pulled over backwards or forwards.
How were the jumps today?
The jumps were pretty good. The course seems really fast. It's not as turny as it usually is, so it makes for a lot quicker times.
How many of the rings did you get?
I got all 5.
All right.
And there is a ring for the horse too. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she got it.
think it's a great event, and if you haven't seen it, you should come down and see it. It's once a year and a great reason to come to Silverton.
The winners weren't the only ones to walk away with cash. The volunteer fire department sold beer and Bloody Marys to generate more than $1,000 for the station. And Silverton students took advantage of the crowds to raise money for their school with a walking bake sale. Today we have Joni Fraughton with the Durango Independent Film Festival in our studio. The 9th annual festival begins next week on February 26th. Welcome, Joni. Thanks so much for being with us.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Now, the film festival is something that I always look forward to every year, and it's hard to believe it's already the 9th annual.
Yeah, it's flown by.
Exactly. And so this year, the lineup is pretty good. How many films do you guys have?
We have 86 films this year.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. How do you even begin to start to choose?
Well, we have screening committees for each genre of film. So we have a documentary committee, features, shorts, Native American, it's just family. We even have great family films.
And that's what I love, is that there's really something for everyone during the film festival, where whether you're a film buff or you're just pretending to be one like I sometimes tend to be, it's the perfect thing. So I know that in addition to all the films, there's also a couple stars that come to town for this event.
Yeah, this year we have Judge Reinhold, who's coming in, and Wes Studi, so two very well-known actors.
So what works when people know those guys from? Because I know both of them.
Oh my gosh, Judge Reinhold, well, we're actually going to screen my favorite of his films, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, during the festival. So one screening, it'll be a lot of fun, and he'll be on hand for Q&A, and he'll set up the film and talk about the filming process that happened back in 1982.
Hopefully his memory's sharp on that.
And most people will probably know him from Beverly Hills Cop. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then Wes Studi, Last of the Mohicans is, Magua. He played Magua in Last of the Mohicans, but he was in Dances with Wolves, just so many films, both of them, a lot of films. They're great actors.
And so exciting to know that we have names like that coming to Durango. So kudos for you guys to be able to pull in that kind of talent.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So just talking about the films, I know that there are some that were actually even filmed here in Durango.
Yes, we have Scott Ransom, who came down from Telluride, and he filmed overnight at the rail yard. So the Durango and Silverton rail yard at night. It's a very artistic piece.
Very nice.
It's very nice. Rich Fletcher, a local filmmaker, has a film in as well, and even Shan Wells. So there's quite a few films with local interest this year.
And there's also films that talk about some of our local controversy as well.
Yes, we have a filmmaker coming in from out of state who actually has a film called America the Beautiful, the sexualization of America's youth, and it features the Sydney Spees controversy from a couple of years ago. So her high school yearbook photo, and so
that was much talked about everywhere and in the Follies that year, I remember.
Yes, that's right. It was fodder for the Follies.
Anything they could get their hands on. So I know that you get to kind of have a sneak peek of knowing what films are going to be coming. Are there any specific ones that you're excited about for this year?
Oh, I just watched one called Hannah Ranch a couple days ago. I'm trying to watch a few of the docs before the fest so I can see what it's all about, because I don't always get to see very many of the films, but I've seen a lot of the shorts, and they're great. We have a couple of comedians coming in who are from LA, and they have something called, their films are Friends in Therapy.
This is what I'm excited about.
It's a couple of guys who are actually friends, and they're in therapy for their friendship, but it's totally unscripted, and so they're going to take part in a do-it-yourself workshop panel. So.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah.
And that's what's also great about the film festival. It's not just, going to screenings, there's parties, there's talks. What are some of the parties that the public can come to during that event?
The public, if they have a pass or even a ticket, meaning they've gone to the festival, they can come to the Meet the Filmmakers party at the Irish Embassy Pub on Friday night. That's when we open our very private filmmakers lounge for a few hours to let the public come. So that's on Friday night during the fest. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's 5 to 9.
5 to 9.
5 to 9.
Perfect. And then I know there's also kind of a wrap-up party.
We have a festival wrap party, and again, that one's for first-year pass holders who have the All-Fest pass, or sponsors. Now, our sponsors have first-year passes and are invited to all the parties.
Very nice. Well, you know, it wouldn't be a
so
Durango.
You're coming too,
yeah, so I'm definitely coming. It wouldn't be a Durango festival without a couple of good parties.
Right.
So for people that are interested, where can I pick this up? Because this seems to be the Bible if you are going to the film festival.
And that will be at the Durango Welcome Center starting Monday, February 24th. So that's where our Will Call Center is.
Perfect.
And box office. So you can actually go into the Welcome Center and buy your passes there. Tickets are still sold before the screenings at the venues.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And so people, you know, who aren't necessarily keen to picking up paper, you guys have all this online too, right?
It is online as well, yes. And we're hoping that you can vote and rate the films online, so we'll look at that for the audience voting. So,
oh, very nice. Yeah. So where can people go? The website really quickly?
DurangoFilm.org.
DurangoFilm.org. Now I'm going to have a pretty busy time just deciding what I want to go to. I think that's the tough part.
Well, I have that hard time too, so.
So I'm not alone. I guess
No,
that
you're
makes
not
me
alone.
feel good. Well, I know you're going to be a very busy woman once all this starts going on, so we appreciate you coming to talk to us.
Well, thanks, Ashley.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
DurangoFilm.org is where you want to go to get the full schedule, and then you can pick up one of these at the Durango Welcome Center as well. So thank you so much for joining us. Up next, we have your weekly updates.
The Sporting News Grill at the new Holiday Inn and Suites of Durango is now open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, featuring a full-service restaurant and bar with 11 HD TVs. It's a great venue for family and sports fanatics alike. The Sporting News Grill. Stop in and let us show you our game face.
Welcome back to Inside Durango News. I'm Ashley Dixon. Here are your weekly updates. The 6th annual Homegrown Retreat featuring local innovative food projects will be held Friday and Saturday, February 21st and 22nd at Fort Lewis College. The event begins with a keynote speaker, Russell Evans, founder of the Montrose-based Transition Lab, at 7 p.m. Friday in the Student Union Ballroom. Saturday's activities include a food showcase of regional food producers and buyers and afternoon workshops. A suggested donation of $15 to $20 will be accepted at registration. The event is hosted by the Fort Lewis College Environmental Center and Growing Partners. Reservations are required and may be made at growingpartners.org. Buy books by the pound at the next Friends of the Durango Public Library book sale on Friday and Saturday, February 21st and 22nd. The sale will run from 1 to 5 p.m. on Friday and from 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on Saturday at the library at 1900 East 3rd Avenue. Books will cost $1.50 a pound. Mystery bags will sell for $2 a pound. And audio books and large display books will be sold individually. Visit the library's website at durangopubliclibrary.org for more information. Catherine Burgess, a travel agent, former professor, and wife of a former Foreign Service diplomat, will present a lecture on why we travel, tourism through the ages at 1 p.m. Saturday, February 22nd at the Animas Museum. She will describe past and current trends in tourism. The lecture is free and open to the public. Call the museum at 259-2402 for more information. Master puppeteer Blair Thomas will perform his acclaimed cabaret of puppets called The Heart-Headed Heart, one night only, on February 22nd at the Fort Lewis College Theater. Thomas uses the work of Federico Garcia Lorca and Wallace Stevens to inform his puppet performance. The act begins at 7:30 p.m. on the theater department's main stage. Tickets are $8 for adults and $5 for students. They may be purchased at the door or online at durangoconcerts.com. That's it for this week's Community Updates. The Community Calendar is brought to you by what'shappeningdurango.com. Post your free event today and join the one-stop, easy-to-use events calendar for Durango. Where's the best little library in America, and who are this year's Extraordinary Women Awards winners? The answers to those questions and more next week on Inside Durango News. I'm Ashley Dixon. Thanks for watching, and remember, just watch us. You'll like what you see.
Tune in weekly to watch Inside Durango News, your source for information about what's going on in Southwest Colorado. Inside Durango News has been brought to you by Oxford Asset Management, inspiring confidence, growing dreams. Oxford Asset Management.